Hey y'all, my Duke's here. Twiggy D or Twiggy the author. Okay, let's get started on the next part. So he passes away due to a brain aneurysm, and I'm devastated. And I'm like, damn, I don't know why I'm so upset. I didn't even really know this guy, but this hurts. This really, really hurts. I feel like I lost my dad. And so, I asked her if we can go to the funeral. She agrees. And me, her friend, been like, you're going to have to chill at this funeral because he's got a family. He's got kids. And they don't need you cutting up. And so, I go up, view the body, pay my respects, just kind of give the family the nod, and I was ready to go. I was still concerned that my mom would, start with her theatrics. So we left. Get home, and my mom is, crying and boo-hooing, and oh my God, she's just doing all this talking and rocking, and I'm trying to comfort her and tend to my baby and all of that, and she's on the phone with her friend, and they're just chatting it up. Her friend has to get off the phone for a minute, so when she hangs up, I think I was bringing her some water or maybe a beer or anything. But, she's boo-hooing, and she said, and that was probably your dad. That's probably your dad, too. Hold up. Wait a minute. Come again? What the fuck you just said? That was probably you mean my biological? So you wait till they put him in the cold ground to inform me that this is potentially my daddy? When I could have been spending time with him, I never would have went out of town. Whatever, you have robbed me of an experience to know who my dad was, bond with him, all of the above. I was mad. Man, was I mad. I was livid. I fucking hated her. And I told her, and I wanted her to die. Like, take his place. Because right now, this is some bullshit. So, I'm mad. I mean, I cried all night long. Called my friend, talked to her, cried some more, went to school, ready to go talk to my favorite teacher. Like, I need to get this shit off my chest. She is not going to believe this shit. Folks think I be crazy when I be telling them the shit my mom be doing. They're like, it can't be that bad, that type shit. So I'm like, ready to go tell on my mom. And I go and I talk to the teacher. And she's looking at me all confused, like, the fuck? And she said, baby, you didn't know he was your daddy? I said, what you mean? She said, everybody know that was your daddy. You look just like him. You look just like his people. And, that's how they talk. We from the country. And I'm like, no, ain't no way. Now, a lot of people say I look like my mom. And I probably do a little bit. But growing up, we always denied looking like each other. And I think that's because our bond wasn't the greatest. So we didn't want to then look alike, So we'd be like, no, we don't look alike. So I grew up with that in my mind. I don't look like my mom. But now you're telling me that I potentially look like this guy who might be my dad. And I'm trying to figure it out. But he's gone now. So I can't even go and just stand side by side with him and look. And I'm like, the fuck? So I'm hurt. I'm hurt because people know, and I didn't know, And I'm the one who should know. So I was angry, oh man, for a long time. Now, let's fast forward maybe 2.5, 3 years later. I get extremely, extremely sick. I was in and out of consciousness. I needed blood transfusions. This is all because of my sickle cell. And I was living in Atlanta at the time, and she's still in Mississippi. So she had been traveling back and forth, visiting me. Most of the time, I didn't even see her because, again, I was unconscious. And so apparently she brought this guy to Atlanta to give blood. She had told him, you know, this is your daughter. She's dying. You need to save her life. Mind you, this guy didn't even know that he was in the running. So I didn't find out about this guy until long after I had gotten better and I was on a trip to Mississippi to visit my family. My mom pulls me out on the porch and she's like, I've got something to tell you. I need to be honest. I didn't know what the hell she was finna tell me. You know, like, damn, is she dying? What's going on? She talking about she need to be honest, you know. She tells me that this guy, his name was Lee. She said he was my real dad. And that she brought him to Georgia and he gave me blood when I was sick. Now, you know, he didn't technically give me blood because blood has to go through the blood bank and all that shit, but he donated blood, okay, on my behalf. So she says, I'm going to take you to meet him, da-da-da-da. He's married too, with family. And she takes me over to this strange guy's house. I am shitting bricks, so scared, like, who is this person? You know, he comes to the door, he's expecting me, and I get there, and I'm looking around, and I see these kids, I see his wife, and, you know, I'm uncomfortable, and I'm trying to talk to him, and he's telling me all these stories about how he knew my mom, you know, when they hooked up, and that she was involved with some of his cousins, and Adam was one of his cousins, and that it was a couple of them that could potentially be my dad. And I'm like, well, hell, there's only one way to solve this. Let's do a DNA test. So when I come back to Mississippi again, let's arrange to take a test. That's the only way to figure it out. And then, you know, if we are related, then I would love to get to know my sisters and blase, you know. He agreed. The wife agreed. Kids were excited. Like, bet, let's do this. Time elapses and I come back. I go knock on his door. The same woman, the wife, comes to the door and she tells me that, oh, he's moved back to Chicago. How convenient. So there's no one available to take a test with me. Now, we could have done a sibling match, but who was about to do all that? Because it was his responsibility, in my mind. His and my mom's responsibility to figure out who my dad was. And they did not do so. So now I'm stuck again. I don't know whether it's Adam, this other guy, or Lee. And I'm like, shit. When will I ever get to the truth? I had a sit down with my mom and she told me that she had some secrets that she was going to carry to her grave. And I'm like, that is a hell of a burden to carry. I wouldn't want to do that. Release yourself. But she said no. Like, share, comment. Let's discuss. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.